guys, Jessica here, and I'm so excited to bring you my second tutorial. So today we're going to do eyes, and I really wanted to do a fun holiday look that was inspired by all the beautiful green that's around right now as we're going into Christmas. And so this is going to be a fun, smoky, olive green eye tutorial for you. I hope that you enjoy. All right, here we go. So since I had already done my face makeup, I wanted to protect it, and I decided to use these shadow shields. I just line them up underneath my eye and gently put them on. These are supposed to protect from any fallout from your eyeshadows. First, I started off with the Lancome eye base in Nude 02, and I used a concealer brush to blend it all over my eye. Next, I took the Stila Mind palette and I used the color Wit using a large eyeshadow brush, and I blended it in the crease. Start on the outer part of the crease with the most of the product and work your way in, and then just blend it out. I did the same on the opposite eye. And I found these awesome Milani eyeshadows. I've never used Milani before, so I wanted to give them a try. And the first color I'm using is Bella Khaki, and I'm using a smaller blender brush. I'm starting at the outer corner, working my way in to the crease, blending it. I'll do the same on the opposite eye, again starting more on the outer part of the crease and working my way inwards. You want the least amount of the product on the inside of the eye. I'm just going to blend away. And then I'm going to use the second color, which is Bella Emerald by Milani. Here it is again, just want to show it to you. Oh yeah, look at that. And I'm going to blend it in using, again, a small blender brush, starting again on the outer part of the crease. I'm just blending it in. And the reason why you start lightest to darkest is you want to create basically dimension within the eye. And using the shadow shields, I'm able to create the eyeshadow to go out in more of a wing effect, which is what I wanted for this look. I wanted it to be very dramatic. Once I have done that, I'm going to take a larger blending brush and just blend it out. This is to soften the edges so there's no harsh edges from the colors. Then I go back to the Milani Bella Khaki color, and using the larger eyeshadow brush, I just blend it in. More on top of the crease instead of right directly in the crease. Starting on the outer part of the eye, working my way in. And then I go back to my Stila Soul palette and I take the color Genius on the outer V using a small blender brush. I'm just going to build this color up. And then I'll go ahead and I'll switch to the opposite side. Again, we're all about creating that dimension, and there's a part in Smoky Eye where it kind of looks a little weird. I take the larger blending brush here and I blend out that color a little bit more. Next, I'm going to take the Becca by Jaclyn Hill palette, and yes, this is a highlighter, but the color inside that I'm after is the blushed copper. It is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to take a flat synthetic eyeshadow brush, and why I want synthetic is so I can really pat that color on and make sure that it gets nice and dark. And it is a flat brush. The one I'm using is from Lancome. It's a double end brush. There's one side that's the flat end and the other side that is a angled, meant for eyeliner. Once I've blended this entirely on my eye, I will go ahead and blend it out a little bit more, which I don't show here, but then I take the highlighter part from the Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop, highlight my brow bone and my inner part of my eye. And we'll see more of this palette later on in the demo. So next I'm going to take the NYX Eyebrow Gel in Brunette. And I prefer to use this when I have a dramatic eye because I really don't want a harsh eyebrow. And since my eyebrows are already naturally dark, all I need to do is fill in the areas that are more sparse. And this is a great tool. It also holds down the hairs, which is nice. But again, I'm using this because I do have such a dramatic eye and I want the focus to be on the eye shadows themselves versus too much going on with a bold eyebrow and a bold eye. And I'm also going to do a winged eyeliner. You'll see that coming up next. And just in case if you're wondering what the heck happened to my shadow shields, I did take them off. I did film it, but I did not want to show you that part because it was not so pretty. They're very not easy to take off, and it did pull off some of my under eye concealer, so I had to go back underneath and fix the concealer that came off. Next, I'm going to use the Lancome gel eyeliner and use a angled brush to put my eyeliner on. I prefer using a gel eyeliner to a liquid eyeliner because I feel like I have a lot more control with how the product goes on. I know that there's so many people that say, oh no, I prefer liquid, it's so much easier. I think it just depends on you and how you feel comfortable with the product. I can use a liquid eyeliner, but I do also feel that it doesn't give me as an intense of a line as a gel liner. Also, I can take a concealer brush so easily without fully messing up the product and just kind of fix any areas where the winged eyeliner may have gone a little wonky. Since I did have the shadow shields on, I do have a nice line to follow for my winged eyeliner, which is great. But I did see a trick recently using Post-its to protect your under eyes, and I do have to say I think that those are going to be much less harsh on the under eye area compared to the shadow shields. Here I go again, concealing. I seem to use that concealer brush more than I think that I do. But it is such a great tool to have that handy and just use it with the leftover concealer. Next, I'm going to take the same double-ended Lancome brush, but this time I'm going to use the angled part of it, and I'm going to go back using the Milani Bella Khaki, and I'm going to just line my waterline. And the reason why I'm doing this is to continue that smoky, bold look, but without a dark line. I didn't want to use the black because I really did feel like that would be too harsh. And I loved the way that the khaki green looked underneath my eye. And today I am going to use the Lancome Grandiose mascara. This is absolutely my favorite mascara when it comes to creating a really bold lash. And yes, even though I have my eyelash extensions on, I'm using this because I did want an even more bold looking eye. And this continues the dramatic look. I don't have to use much product. That's what's so nice about this. And the wand is really cool because you can really get up into those crevices on the lower lashes. And we're back to the Becca by Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm going to start with using the Pearl with a thick blender brush. Sorry, I get a little tongue-tied there sometimes. There's a lot to tell y'all. And then I'm going to go in using the Champagne Pop over top of the Pearl. And I just like the way that the two of these look together. They are so pretty. And I'm also going to highlight the tip of my nose and the Cupid's bow. When you highlight, it does accentuate those areas. And when you contour, it minimizes those areas. And we'll talk about that in a later video, so stay tuned. And last but not least, I'm going to take my new absolute favorite liquid lipstick by Too Faced. This is their Melted liquid lipsticks in Melted Chihuahua. I really was able to create such a beautiful, overlined, full-looking lip just using this liquid lipstick by Too Faced. So that is it for this tutorial. I had a blast making it. I hope that you liked it, and if you did, please give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe for future videos.